How you doing, YouTube? Matt, Massive Beer Reviews, back to get another review of a beer aged in rum barrels. What kind of beer, you ask? I actually don't know. I didn't read it yet. But we're going to do InfRIngement by Coastal Extreme and Newport Storm. I believe, again, I don't really do any kind of research beforehand. I'm pretty sure that's the same brewery, just two different names. They brew in the same place. There might be subtle difference. So let's say pseudo collab. Listen, I've had a couple of Newport Storm beers, and by default, maybe I had a couple of Coastal Extreme beers, but I haven't had anything really for a while. It's been drips and drabs here and there. I was at a local bottle shop, and I was walking around, and I saw this beer, and something about the ghetto-ness, the label, kind of rang to me. And then I started, I didn't read it. I just looked in this bottom right here, and it said, beer aged in rum barrels, and it's 10% alcohol by volume. And it was $9. And I said, what? $9? 10% beer aged in rum barrels? I don't even want to know what it is. I'm buying it. I'm taking it home and I'm reviewing it. Hence, me not knowing anything about it. So, let's dive in. See if she's worth that whole 9 banger of American Doll hairs. Like I said, InfRIngement is the name of the beer. Coastal Extreme, Newport Storm, beer aged rum barrels, 10% alcohol by volume, brewed by Coastal Extreme Brew Company, Newport, Rhode Island. In response to the petty trademark disputes brought against Rhode Island brewers, we offer you InfRIngement. This barrel-aged imperial stout we have infringed upon ourselves by combining the beer from Newport Storm with rum barrels from Thomas II. We hope we don't have to sue ourselves because we'll fight that shit. They kind of censored themselves with that. But otherwise, it's ghetto as hell. I don't know if I like it or not. I just know it's ghetto, and ghetto kind of turns me on. So, yeah. 9% barrel-aged imperial stout. Here we go. Let's see what we got. Doesn't look like an imperial stout, I'll tell you that much. It's dark, but it's, as it pours, it's not that dark. And this big fatty glass definitely looks to more of the part of an imperial stout. Rich, super tight, compact, creamy head on her, kind of like malted malt ball in color. And she's dark. Like I said, on the pour, you can tell she's more of a rich brown than a big, thick, darkness, blackness. But, yeah. See if that nose. That's not too shabby, to be perfectly honest with you. Yeah, you're getting a ton of barrel in here. You're getting a nice soft barrel char, a nice rum, rich, fatty kind of, Jamaican kind of rum in there. There's like Coca-Cola vibes in there too. I kind of like that. I'm getting a little cola vibes. Definitely barrel leaning. That rum comes across. Doesn't come off super boozy in the nose. A little bit of booziness, more rich fattiness. That rum tends to come off like butter to me sometimes, and has that kind of rich butteriness to it in a good way. You're getting a nice kind of soft barrel char in there, kind of like rubbed with chocolate kind of chariness that I dig so much. Not super in your face, but it's definitely underneath there. And the maltiness comes off a little bit kind of Coca-Cola vibes, a little bit of sweet in that way. But it's fun. The nose isn't too shabby. I kind of dig it, and there's like a spiciness underneath. I don't know if that's the rum coming across, but almost like a rum spiced rum kind of spiciness. I said like spices and rum like 3 times fast. Let's dive in. Cheers. Man, those spices come off like crazy in the taste. Take those core spices you put in a Jamaican spice rum, just ramp them up, because they're pretty big in here. They have to be added. They have to be added to this beer. There's no way you're getting that just from the rum barrel. That's not possible. But it's giving you that illusion of a big rum component. It's not all that boozy rum-wise, though. You're getting a soft rum to it, like that little bit of butter vibes I talked about. A subtle bit of booziness, but almost in like a ethyl kind of way as opposed to an isopropyl kind of way. Or flip that. Isopropyl way as opposed to an ethyl kind of way. To where it's a little bit, not burning nostrils, but a little medicinal. The beer is definitely not an imperial stout. It's more of like an imperial dark or imperial brown ale kind of thing, because it doesn't have that density or that richness, or even any of those roasted malts kind of back up some of that sweetness. Even though the beer's not overtly sweet, you kind of want a little bit to kind of back it up. It's all right. It's almost not even like, it's like it was barrel aged in like a rum barrel that previously held like Irish whiskey, because I'm getting like subtle Irish whiskey vibes from it too. That's all right. It's nothing too crazy. A little bit thin. I mean, you kind of guessed that based off me talking about it being an imperial brown ale as opposed to imperial stout. You know, it is what it is. I don't even know if it's worth the $9, but it was a fun little take, a fun little cut of the beer. You know, at that price point, barrel aged 10%. You got to give it a whirl, baby. You know, shooters got to shoot. So yeah, let's talk about it. Is it one of the better and barrel aged imperial stouts I've had as of late? No, definitely not. Value and availability, like I said, found on a shelf for $9. What are you gonna do? And leave you with, if you like what you like this. If you like that spice component that typically comes in a spiced rum, that's probably its biggest redeeming quality for somebody that loves that. Other than that, it's kind of a nice example of how sometimes just throwing beers in barrels without knowing how things are going to work might not work. You know, it's not negative. There's no off flavors. It's just the balance is all off. The beer needs to be bigger. The spices need to be smaller, and that barrel component could probably stay the same or just get it dialed just a skosh bigger if the beer was a bit more robust. And again, at 10%, I'm not sure where all that alcohol is coming from. Again, that's maybe why I'm getting that isopropyl evaporative thing in there. But yeah, it's kind of just all over the place, pretty janky stuff, and you know, kind of just meh. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive if you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting stuff. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a nice little rum barrel aged jammer right now. And hope to see you next time. Cheers.